And starting tomorrow, all counties are eligible to go into phase 3 of reopening, which means, of course, 50% indoor capacity for restaurants and retail. The governor has announced June 30th as the full reopening date, but it could come sooner if the vaccination rate gets to 70%. Over the weekend, my husband and I went to the Washington coast, and I had a chance to interview a couple of people while I was visiting. Randy Dixon and his wife own Granny Hazel's Candy and Gift Shop in the town of Westport, and they had to shut down for nearly 3 months during the pandemic.
It was like a ghost town. There wasn't a car on the street. Our car was the only one in the marina. It was just, if you drove in, you'd have thought that the town had closed and everybody went home.
The candy shop, as you know, is supposed to be a happy place, but he says, like many businesses, the pandemic did take a toll.
We're used to seeing happy kids coming to the store having fun, and just see them on the outside. It was like we were separated by this wall of glass where you couldn't talk to them, you couldn't see them. And then all of a sudden, we're like, okay, we can reopen. So we just brought in all the stuff to make it safe, reopened, but it was something I hope I never have to live through again.
So business has picked up since Memorial Day, but over the weekend, he says it almost felt like pre-pandemic times. The store was full. I will point out they did something really cool, and I want to get your take on this. On the door, there was a big sign that said, everyone in our store who works here is fully vaccinated.
That's a HIPAA violation.
No, it's not.
Okay, hear your boy out.
No. That's not a HIPAA violation.
Okay,
let's get this clear.
Okay. How about this? I'm not saying it's a HIPAA violation. Okay, I take that back. But I will say, are you allowed to just say who is and who isn't vaccinated?
Well, when you are the owner and the only other person who works there is your wife, who's the co-owner.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah,
okay, I didn't know that. Okay. First of all, great news. Great news in all of this is it was good to see me living vicariously through you as you were on your trip. Shout out to Long Live Mark. He looks long. You could already tell sometimes when Mark's like, all right, Ursula, let's just get this picture out of the way. Mark's like, man, I just want to enjoy my vacation. But you guys look like you were having so much fun. It looked fantastic out there. And I think this is good news for all of us going forward, because we are going forward, Ursula, into our new normal. Right? We talked about this for some time. We talked about what it was going to be like with our new normal, and that's where we're heading to.
Well, there were a couple of things that was a new normal. When you say that, I think that the sign on a business, that's not normal. There were still people wearing masks. I interviewed, there was also a car show, one of these old car shows, and it was really fun. And I realized that I made some assumptions about people. I thought people, because I'm thinking, I'm in a small town. I'm wondering if there are going to be people who laugh when I wear a mask, even though because it was kind of crowded. And yes, I am vaccinated, but I also figured that there were people who don't know for sure, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. The people I was talking to, so I interviewed them too, and we're close, and they were telling me, I hope that people get vaccinated because, I want us to have more things like this, et cetera. So the people that I assume maybe have issues with it, let's just put it this way. I need to stop making assumptions. Okay, so that's one thing. The other thing I was considering, and you were laughing hysterically at me during the morning meeting.
I can't believe you. I cannot believe you're going to really tell these people. I can't believe. I'm preparing you. Go ahead, Ursula. Tell them.
I was wondering. I told my husband, I said, we don't know the vaccination card that we have. I was thinking I would get it laminated. And you know how we have the lanyard with our ID and the thing that helps us get into the building? I was thinking I would just add it to that on a lanyard and have my vaccination card there. So, and hear me out on this one. The reason I think that's not to be bragging or anything like that or to be obnoxious, but I love to hug. I've had more hugs in the past week than I have all year long. And instead of having to, yell out, yeah, I'm vaccinated, I would just have it hanging on my neck.
Ursula, trust your boy. I know you're vaccinated. The people know you're vaccinated.
No, they don't. Why would they know?
Well, Ursula, don't do it. You know what it reminds me of? It would be like you walking around with a lanyard with something that says that both of my boys are honor roll students. Just don't do it. All right. I know you've got the vaccine. We know you've got the vaccine. And in full transparency, you and I, even though I came in on my day off on Friday and I had to get something in there, you and I had our first hug,
yes.
right, in over a year and a half. So that felt fantastic. But trust your boy on this, Ursula. Don't do that with the vaccine card, please.
Okay. Okay. If anyone was thinking the same thing, let me know.
Wait,
I do want to just end with this.
No, I want to say, but don't end because I got something to say about the weekend.
Well, I was going to say something about the weekend. Yesterday was one of the happiest days in the past year for me.
Really? Why?
It really was one of the happiest days. The sunshine, the perfect weather, hugging more people, seeing more people out, seeing more people happy, people talking about positive things in the future. It really just felt like I realized that I've been living in a kind of a cloudy state of mind, and yesterday literally and figuratively felt like one of the sunniest days for me in the past year.
Oh, that's good. I just wanted to just say one thing, capped off by I was at the Puyallup Costco gas station, and this lady and we just had a great conversation. I don't know who you are, but the conversation was great. And here's some things that I noticed, and then we can move on, Ursula. I noticed that people are really happy this weekend, just like you're talking about. That's number one. I noticed that places were really busy. That's great. I also noticed that everything is expensive now. Everything, you're like, man, ooh, I paid a lot for that, prices are going crazy right now. Also, I saw more people outside of Lillian with lipstick on this weekend. I was like, man, I forgot people wore lipstick because of people not wearing masks. And then, of course, last but not least, is you kind of forget about the things that you missed out on, and seeing what you were doing this weekend, that was reassuring to see.